NBA sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Folding. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Quick dash. Go. Check. Fresno. Hey! He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Folded. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Okay, partner, a couple of points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The big play. They've got a first out at the 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Switch, switch, switch.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Check cross, check cross, check cross. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got him. Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50.
Throwing is Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Now it's Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz's kick is good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike 58, right there. Hey, tight, 25.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Cowboys! Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8 at the 33-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a third and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On third down, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Go.
Alert 3. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Go. Watch twist.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the curve. Go.
2nd and 1. Find his man on the outside. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch out. Sit up. Check.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ready.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Here we go. 58, boys, 58. Sam off. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Go. Flare. 58's the mic. Go.
From the gun, Fulton. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Hey, watch the screen.
Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Check, 47. Watch twist. What? Squeeze. Check 24. Watch 24.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
I know you felt that one.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock it. There. Leo, lead now.
Throwing again. Folding. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We go. 10 Lobo.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
50 up.
Come. You're out. Rock it.
Get in the weight room.
Back 5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Folding. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Go, hard.
You got tight right there. Check this.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Foley. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Right there. I'm trying to collect.
Now.
58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike.
Shoot.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Yes.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Ready?
On second down, it's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Ready?
Check.
And 58 is a Mike.
Hey, Sam off. Look, squeeze.
Bang.
Yep.
Bang.
Check.
Check nickel.
Check. Go.
Looking to throw. Foley. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock down and go to the locker room.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 38.
First down, Saints.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
It's second down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what they're...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On the ready. Squeeze, double. Shift. Squeeze.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kamara. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go, baby. Tookie's the mic. Tookie's the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Hey, no, look at that. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, yo.
Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check 43.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Defense. Let's go, defense.
Now Eckler. And some room to work. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Shift. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
There you go. Now.
On first down, Elliott looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was
rush coming, and he's taken down.
enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Mike 58, right there. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
5.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Folding. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ready? 15. Check my 15. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Better bring it. You better bring it. Let you.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Check out Aries.
To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Folding. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Leo. Ready?
To throw on 3rd down. Folding. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! That's how we do it.
10 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Arlington as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th final quarter. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That's a run. They're running, man. We got it.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go, 50-50, Mike 50. I want that. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Coming this way. Here we go. Let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
He's coming. We got double up.
Hey.
Shoot. Check 15. Check, go.
They go to Elliott again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
but they didn't accomplish their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
It's a break.
58, the mic. Let's get the ball. Hey, alert 3.
X3, 218, chopper.
Watch the twist.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check the backer.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Gallup getting it on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Go.
47's the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Mike's 47.
That one looks like he'll throw here. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Rock it. Look at me. Door. Hard.
He's coming. Double up.
To throw on 3rd down. Folding. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check.
Go.
Stop here, D.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, they're scared.
Go.
Mike's 40.
Ready?
47. I'm coming.
Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Dallas, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like.